Gemma?
In the chilling shadows of the night, the long-awaited horror sequel, Smile 2, has finally emerged, raising the stakes from its 2022 predecessor. This time, the story revolves around the pop sensation Skye Riley, portrayed by Naomi Scott, who embarks on a globe-spanning tour. But as the lights dim and the music swells, a sinister force begins to unravel her reality, plunging her into a nightmarish descent. The film is a heart-pounding thrill ride, rife with disorienting visions and haunting dreams that will leave viewers questioning the very fabric of their perception. Fear not, for we have crafted a comprehensive guide to the harrowing conclusion of Smile 2, addressing all your burning questions. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master, so be careful because this video contains significant spoilers for Smile 2. Turn back now if you wish to avoid the dark revelations that await.
Trace the string of deaths to you. Nobody has survived longer than a week.
Who is the new victim? Skye Riley, a once celebrated pop sensation, stepped back into the limelight after a year spent in the shadows of her own despair. A year prior, a harrowing car accident, one that claimed the life of her boyfriend, had left her teetering on the brink of death, consumed by addiction and the bottle. The trauma clung to her like a shroud, and as she faced the pressures of her return, the weight of her past bore down heavily. In search of relief from the lingering physical agony, Skye sought out an old acquaintance, Lewis, hoping for a discreet supply of painkillers. But when he appeared, his smile twisted into something sinister. It became clear that he was no longer the friend she remembered. In a shocking turn, he ended his own life right before her eyes, crushed beneath the weight of iron, leaving her reeling. In the aftermath, Skye found herself haunted by his ghastly grin, a specter that seemed to lurk in every corner of her life. Soon, the faces of those around her morphed into grotesque smiles, each one a reminder of her unraveling sanity. As paranoia tightened its grip, she became increasingly isolated, desperate to uncover the truth behind the malevolent force that tormented her. Time was running out, and she had to confront the darkness before it consumed her entirely.
I've been waiting for you.
What happened at the end? In the chilling third act of Smile 2, Skye finds herself spiraling into despair after a catastrophic breakdown during a speech at a fundraiser for her powerful boss, Darius. Seeking refuge from the world, she isolates herself, haunted by the sinister texts from an unknown number that began after she witnessed her drug dealer's gruesome suicide. Driven by desperation, Skye finally decides to confront the source of the messages, leading her to an unsettling encounter with Morris, a nurse tormented by the loss of his brother to the malevolent force. Morris unveils a harrowing theory. The entity is a supernatural parasite, a leech that must transfer from one living host to another. He proposes a terrifying plan. If Skye can seclude herself, stop her heart, and then bring herself back to life, she might just obliterate the entity once and for all. As the clock struck midnight, Skye and Morris hatched their desperate plan, unaware of the lurking darkness. That very night, the entity struck, invading Skye's apartment with a sinister force. In a frantic struggle against twisted, grinning apparitions of her former dancers, she collided with the floor, her head slamming against the unforgiving surface, plunging her into a haze of pain and confusion. When she finally opened her eyes, she found herself in a sterile recovery facility, the air thick with antiseptic. Her mother, Elizabeth, loomed over her, demanding that Skye mend her chaotic ways and prepare for the looming tour. But as Skye's mind cleared, a chilling sight unfolded before her. The entity had taken hold of her mother, compelling her to slice open her own neck with a jagged shard of glass from a shattered mirror. In a horrifying twist, Skye realized she was the one wielding the shard. Her hands drenched in her mother's blood. Panic surged through her veins as she seized a gun, breaking free from the confines of the facility, her only companion Gemma at her side. Yet as they fled into the night, a gnawing realization struck her. She had never truly reconciled with Gemma. The escape felt hollow, as if she were running alone through a fog of despair. Skye returned to Morris, who had secured an old, decrepit restaurant with a chilling, deep freezer. There, he prepared to administer a series of injections, one to halt her heart, the other to revive it, all while the frigid air preserved her mind. But as the plan unraveled, the entity revealed its true nature, shattering the illusion. Skye was trapped in a nightmare, unable to escape the clutches of her own mind where death was merely a cruel mirage. Skye stood under the blinding lights of the stage, the roar of the crowd echoing in her ears. Her mother, vibrant and alive, beamed from the front row, her cheers a haunting melody that filled the air. But as the applause swelled, a sinister presence began to materialize. It took the form of a twisted, grinning reflection of Skye, its eyes glinting with malice. In a horrifying moment, the entity erupted from her, shedding its facade to reveal a grotesque, demonic visage. With a chilling slither, it forced its way into Skye's mouth, sealing her fate as it claimed her soul. In a final act of defiance, Skye seized her microphone, driving it deep into her own face, a gruesome sacrifice to the darkness that now consumed her. Is it real? In the chilling depths of Smile 2, a sinister web of uncertainty ensnares the audience, compelling them to scrutinize the very fabric of reality presented on screen. The sequel is rife with shocking twists that dismantle our understanding, culminating in a harrowing revelation. The protagonist never truly reconciled with her long-lost friend, Gemma, and every interaction she believes she has experienced is merely a figment of her fractured mind. As the shadows deepen, we delve into the unsettling questions that linger. What is genuine, and what is a mere specter of illusion haunting the film's narrative?
How do we stop it?
We need to kill you first.
What?
What really happened to Skye? In the climax, the entity confronts Skye with a sinister revelation. The entire ordeal involving Morris and the 2 injections was nothing but an elaborate illusion. This twist serves as a dark salvation for the film. Prior to this moment, the chaotic escape from rehab and the haphazard scheme to orchestrate a flatliner-style experience for Skye had begun to feel absurd, teetering on the edge of disbelief. The realization that it was all a malicious ruse crafted by the entity casts a haunting clarity over the narrative, transforming confusion into a chilling understanding of the depths of its malevolence.
That's a pretty cool shirt you got. Want me to sign it?
Will there be Smile 3? In Smile 2, a significant twist is the presence of Skye Riley as a prominent celebrity. This adds a fresh layer to the horror elements of the film, but it also significantly impacts the conclusion. Previously, it was understood that the entity transfers from one host to another through individual traumatic experiences. However, when Skye takes her own life in front of a live audience, it generates trauma that resonates broadly, as shown in the final shot of the crowd visibly affected. This suggests that the entity could now spread its influence on a much larger scale, potentially leading to a widespread outbreak of fear and psychological horror, paving the way for an even more expansive narrative in Smile 3. So this was for today's folks. See you in our next video. Till then, bye-bye and take care.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.